punished as well, but luckily they have a Melmetal in the back. I'm just going to go straight for the Flamethrower here and one-shots the Melmetal there. And then I'm going to let this go through, and this is where I make a really big mistake, right? I was hoping this was going to be a Psyshock Shield Bait, but it ends up being a payback near... They actually come back with their Mawile, which is really surprising. So I'm just going to go straight for the V-Create right now. Again, V-Create is super effective because of that steel typing, and it just one-shots the Mawile there, which is absolutely beautiful. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So, hope you're all having fun in the Remix Cup. I'm certainly having an absolute blast. And in this video, I'm going to be trying out a really spicy triple fire team in the Remix Cup. Now, even though this looks like a bit of a meme team from the outset, it's actually not bad performance-wise. And that's because you can actually get away with trying out a few spicy off-meta Pokemon in the Remix Cup, whereas you get absolutely punished in the Open Great League against Pokemon like Bastion, Azumarill, Altaria, Galarian Stunfisk, Politoed, etc. Whereas there's less of those threats to deal with as far as the Remix Cup is concerned, right? And the one thing that I've observed is that a lot of people run a course that are extremely weak to fire. I've seen a lot of Grass Steel cores, a lot of people bring a Bomb Snow, Registeel, etc. In which case, multiple fire types can really catch them off guard, right? And for this particular team comp, I'm going to be using Charizard, Houndoom, and Victini. And I chose this team purely for the overall coverage. Houndoom is specifically there for that Jellicent matchup because it's going to do super effective damage against Jellicent because of that dark typing. And obviously, Victini provides coverage against Houndoom's weaknesses to fighting. And Charizard obviously provides coverage against some of those ground types like Diggersby, right? Which otherwise this team would really struggle against. So overall, like I said, this team worked really well for me. So let's just get straight into these battles. Okay, moving on to the first battle here. I'm going to be leading with Charizard, with Houndoom and Victini in the back. So, Charizard into an Obstagoon here. This is actually a pretty decent matchup. I mean, it's a good thing we catch the Obstagoon in the lead because the backline would really struggle against Obstagoon, right? Both Victini and Houndoom don't really have great matchups against it. I'm going to let the first Night Slash go through just in case they get the boost. I might have to shield the next one. But I'm just going to overfarm a bit and then bait with Dragon Claw here. They're probably almost for sure going to shield because Blast Burn would probably one-shot it from this range. We do get the shield, which is fantastic. And also the Fire Spin damage is really adding up, right? So I'm going to shield this up as well. And then I'm going to overfarm quite a bit. And then I'm probably going to throw another Dragon Claw here. I'm basically going to try and get to two back-to-back Dragon Claws right now. So I'm going to go for the first one. Let's see if this gets the second shield from Obstagoon. Again, this team comp does really well when shields are down towards endgame. We do get the shield, which is fantastic. And I'm going to go for another Dragon Claw here. And this is, again, going to do quite a bit of neutral damage and put this Obstagoon extremely low, as it does there. And Charge Move coming through. I'm going to let this go through. Luckily, it ends up being a CMP tie, which is good. And I'm going to, I'm going to let the Charizard go through. I'm actually going to come in with Victini and try and farm it down here. Yes, Confusion is double resisted because of that Psychic typing. But then again, Victini with an energy advantage is really dangerous, right? But unfortunately, they have another Dark type in the back, which is Mandibuzz is extremely tanky. But I'm just going to go for the V-Create here and immediately switch into my Houndoom right now. But the one thing I realized is that I actually picked the wrong Houndoom for this battle. This is one of those Houndooms which had only one charge move. I mean, I obviously had another one with Crunch as well, but luckily they have a Melmetal in the back. I'm just going to go straight for the Flamethrower here and one-shots the Melmetal there, which is fantastic. And they have a Mandibuzz in the back. I mean, they bring back their Mandibuzz and it's pretty much GG's right now there. So, yeah, I mean, luckily I got away with that. Honestly, I mean, I think I do switch it up for this battle. Basically, I do switch up the Houndoom, which does have both Crunch and Flamethrower, and I think it really has some play, especially in the current meta, because it can handle some of those steel types, and the fact that it can handle Jellicent as well is what makes it a little more versatile, right? So we have Charizard into a Drapion here, or a Drapion, however you pronounce it. Anyways, it's not a great matchup this because Drapion has access to Aqua Tail, which is obviously going to near one-shot Charizard. So I'm just going to go for the Dragon Claw here. It doesn't get the shield, unfortunately, from the Drapion. And I'm going to shield this up because, again, Aqua Tail is going to be super effective. I'm going to try and get to another Dragon Claw before they can get to another charge move here. So just going to overfarm a bit and then, I was actually trying to overfarm a little bit there, but I'm just going to have to shield this up, unfortunately. And then, at this point, I'm just going to build up one extra Fire Spin and then go for the Dragon Claw here. Let's see if this gets the shield from the Drapion. And it does get the shield. And then at this point also ends up being a CMP tie. So they did overfarm quite a bit as well. So this is going to be another Aqua Tail, which actually doesn't quite one-shot Charizard, obviously, because it doesn't have stab coming from a Drapion. I actually come in with my Victini here, but they actually make a switch into their Sableye. Gonna try and get to this V-Create as soon as possible. Now, Sableye is pretty difficult for this team to deal with as well, right? This team kind of struggles against some of those dark types, and especially Victini doesn't really have a great matchup against it. We do get the shield, which is good, but yeah, Charge Move coming through is going to be Foul Play, which is super effective because of that Psychic typing. It's going to one-shot it. So I'm just going to come in with my Houndoom here and try and go for the Crunch as soon as possible. Crunch is obviously going to be neutral against Sableye because of that Ghost Dark typing. And I'm really hoping it one-shots it. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite one-shot it. But yeah, this is really bad, right? Because they did they did build up quite a bit of energy, and it ends up being a return which just one-shots my Houndoom there. And yeah, Charizard doesn't really have too much health at that point there. So, I mean, pretty difficult. Honestly, Sableye is probably one of the harder Pokemon to deal with for most of the team comps, and obviously it's pretty difficult to deal with for this team, especially in the back, right? But anyways, moving on to the third battle here. We have Charizard into a Mawile. This is absolutely beautiful right now. This whole team beats Mawile. Mawile has basically no play against this entire team. They actually come in with their Nidoqueen. So I'm actually going to stay in and go for the Dragon Claw here. I mean, honestly, this is where I make a bit of a mistake. I actually should have switched into Victini right away, because Victini with Confusion can completely farm down the Nidoqueen, right? But I'm just going to soak up the Poison Fang and actually make a switch into my Houndoom, because I feel like Houndoom probably doesn't have a great matchup against Mawile, because those Dark type moves are resisted because of that Fairy typing. But yeah, both Victini and Charizard can handle it, right? So I'm just going to go for the Crunch right now. Let's see if this gets the shield from the Nidoqueen. And it does get the shield. At this point, they've given both shields right now. And again, like I said, this team does really well towards endgame when shields are down, right? So I'm actually going to wait out the switch clock here. I'm going to come in with my Victini and completely farm down this Nidoqueen. And then I'm going to shield this up. Probably just going to be a Poison Fang, but I don't want to risk it. I mean, Earth Power probably one shot from that range. But anyways, I'm going to completely farm it down here. And then let's see what they decide to come in with. They actually come back with their Mawile, which is really surprising. So I'm just going to go straight for the V-Create right now. Again, V-Create is super effective because of that Steel typing, and it just one-shots the Mawile there, which is absolutely beautiful. And they have an Obstagoon in the back. And I'm not sure why they didn't bring out their Obstagoon, probably because they wanted to drain out the energy from Victini. But I'm just going to go for another V-Create here. It does massive neutral damage. And I'm going to come in with my Charizard, and basically all I have to do is shield and land a Dragon Claw, right? So hopefully I can get to a Dragon Claw before they can get to 2 Night Slashes. It's going to be extremely close right now, but I'm barely able to get to a Dragon Claw here. And this is going to do enough neutral damage to take out the Obstagoon there. So, I mean, Pokemon like Mawile have pretty much no play against this team comp, right? Because everything that Mawile has is resisted by Charizard and also by Victini as well. Obviously, Houndoom probably doesn't have a great matchup against it because Power Up Punch is still super effective. And yeah, Play Rough would probably still one-shot, right, at neutral damage. So anyways, moving on to the fourth battle here. We are 2-1 in the set right now. So we have Charizard into a Jumpluff. Beautiful. Once again, like I said, even Jumpluff has hardly any play against this team comp, especially against Charizard. Charizard's probably got an even better matchup against it. And I'm just going to go straight for the Blast Burn right now. I'm not going to shield bait or anything. And it just one-shots the Jumpluff there, which is really good. And they come in with their Unova Stunfisk. And this is actually a pretty difficult Pokemon to deal with for this entire team, which is why I actually try to catch the Discharge on my Houndoom, because Discharge is only neutral against Houndoom, whereas I would probably one-shot the Charizard because of that super effective damage. But I'm going to try and build up to a Crunch. Luckily, I'm able to get to a Crunch just in time here. Probably a CMP tie on the Mud Bomb. And Crunch is going to do quite a bit of neutral damage there, as it does. And luckily ends up being a CMP tie, which is great. I'm just going to let it go through. And then, yeah, I'm probably going to try and come in with my Charizard and try and go for a move right now. So I'm going to wait out the switch clock here and I'm going to come in with my Charizard and go straight for the Dragon Claw right now. Probably going to still get the shield from the Stunfisk. But unfortunately they let that go through, right? So this is not good, because at this point I'm going to try and farm it down here. I'm definitely going to shield this because this is going to be Discharge, and I definitely want to preserve the health of my Charizard here. And they have a Bronzor at the back end. This is absolutely beautiful right now, but it's actually not that straightforward because Bronzor does have access to payback, right? But I'm actually going to go for the Dragon Claw Shield Bait right now because Confusion is doing a lot of damage right now. And I know I can't get to a Blast Burn, so I'm just going to go for another Dragon Claw here. This is where I make a bit of a mistake. I honestly should have switched right away because I allowed them to overfarm quite a bit. So I'm going to come in with my Victini here, and then I'm going to let this go through. And this is where I make a really big mistake, right? I was hoping this was going to be a Psyshock Shield Bait, but it ends up being a payback. Near one-shots the Victini, and I'm not even able to get to a V-Create here, and this is GG's right now there. So, I mean, honestly, as soon as I threw the Dragon Claw, I probably should have switched out right away into Victini to avoid getting farmed down, because they basically built up a lot of energy right there, right? And if they'd gone for the Psyshock Shield Bait, that would have been a win condition for us, but they went straight for the payback. And yeah, I mean, that was unfortunate there. So anyways, moving on to the final battle here, we have Charizard into a Shadow Nidoqueen here. So I'm actually going to go straight for the Blast Burn because I either want to get the shield or pretty much one-shot the Nidoqueen here. So I'm just going to build up to a Blast Burn right now and go straight for the Blast Burn. And this is going to one-shot the Shadow Nidoqueen from this range if it goes unshielded. And yeah, it does get the shield, which is okay, because at this point I can just come in with my Victini and completely farm it down, right? So I'm going to come in with my Victini here, and probably a 3 or 4 Confusion should take it out. But I think they lagged a little bit at this point. I'm not if I'm not mistaken. They probably should have been able to get to a Poison Fang right now, which is unfortunate. Yeah, it's always bad when this happens, right? And yeah, they continue to lag here. And yeah, I was just continuing to go for the confusions there because I wasn't sure if it was a visual glitch, but yeah, I mean, there was quite a bit of lag in this battle anyways. So I'm just going to go for the V-Create here. The fact that they brought in their Wigglytuff probably tells me that they also have something in the back which is not great against fire. And yeah, I mean, they do get a charm through there, but yeah, they decide to give up the match. So not sure what happened there. Probably lag, probably their whole team comp was weak to fire, which is why they probably sort of, or they maybe didn't have any answers against Victini. But anyways, as you can see, it's not a bad team comp by any stretch of imagination. I easily could have gone 4-1 in the Bronzong matchup. But overall, yeah, this team is much better than I originally thought it would be. So anyways, I'll try and bring out more spice picks as the season progresses. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.